Hey guys, Queen of Hearts here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be bittersweet. It is actually my last video of 2020. I'm very excited to be filming this video. As we all know, 2020 was a lot, but it was, like I said, it's bittersweet. There were some good times, there were some low times, but we made it. So I am making this video to let you guys know what 2020 was for me. Earlier today I asked my Instagram, you know, it's my last video of 2020, what should I talk about? And a lot of you said like a 2020 recap. I also got one that said 20 things that I learned in 2020. I feel like I keep saying 2020, the number 20. But anyways, yeah, so I figured that I'd write down 20 things that I've learned in 2020. And yeah, if you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let's get into the video. All right, so I'm just gonna touch on these briefly. Like I said, I do have 20 of these and I don't want to drag this video out further than what it has to be. So number one, 20 things 2020 taught me. Number one is don't trust that everyone has your best interests. I used to think that everybody wanted what was good for me. In reality, people really don't. They want to get close to you so they could potentially gain clout. They want to get close to you to know your business. They want to get close to you to be better than you at what you're doing. People don't always have good intentions, so I really had to look out for that this year and really like step back and analyze who was in my life, who I could, you know, really trust. Don't trust that everyone has your best interests at heart, because they really don't. Number two is save your money. So as we all know, we are in a pandemic. It's been a year now, almost, yeah, since March, almost a year. And thankfully I didn't have to lose my job. I've been working the whole pandemic, whether in the office or at home. I was still able to work so that I could pay my bills and so that I could have food on my table. So I'm very thankful for that. It definitely taught me to save more than I spend. We ain't going nowhere. Of course, I still bought some items, but it's no greater feeling than knowing that at the end of the day that you have some sort of cushion that you can fall back on in times like this. So number two was to save your money. Number three is be confident in who you are. Let's take it to social media. You have to like not compare yourselves in where other people are compared to where you are. You always have to be confident in what you bring to the table. Know that no one else is you but you. No one else can bring to the table what you can bring to the table. So I had to learn to be confident in Shay and be comfortable in my own skin and know that I'm some pressure, honestly. Is don't settle for anything, whether that be jobs or relationships. At this point in my life, I'm 28. I feel like I should know what I want, and I do know what I want. Although it took some time for me to really be by myself and to know exactly who I am as a person, I wouldn't know what I should accept. It took for me to be let down a couple times for me to know that I shouldn't settle, that I deserve the best of the best, because that's what God wants for me. A lot of times we don't see that in ourselves, that we deserve more. It takes someone to come along and really put, you know, your past to shame, and you just be like, was I really settling for this? Like, did I really, is this what I accepted? Number five is to market yourself. You are your biggest supporter. No one's gonna take you to the heights that you want to reach but you, and you have to put in that work. Whether you get 1 like on a picture, whether you get 1,500 likes on a video, you have to continue to market yourself and put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, I want to be able to say that I worked hard for this. Like, when no one else supported me, I was the one that continued to push myself every day to create content. I'll be able to feel good about myself and the work that I put forth. Number 6 is to go with the flow and be flexible. I think I actually mentioned this in my 2019 video at the end of the year when I did a recap of how I'm such a planner. Yeah, gotta get off that. Gotta get out. I still am a planner to some degree, but at the same time I'm learning to be more flexible, more open, just letting God have his way. All right, so the sixth thing that I learned in 2020 is to be intentional. Never do anything without a purpose. Something you do, something you say is going to have an effect on everything else in your life. What I mean by that is, we all know that our words have power. We all know that we can manifest whatever we want just by simply thinking it, saying it, putting it out in the atmosphere. So be intentional with whatever you say. Be intentional with whatever actions you do, whether it should be good, but if it is good, make sure that you take a step back, look at what's to follow from the actions that you take. Just little things like that that we have to be intentional about, that really set us up for the big things and the goals that we're trying to reach. So be intentional. Number 8 is, everyone does not like you. Be nice anyways. Always show people the light. Always be graceful. Always be nice to people. People who dislike you and don't really know you really have some sort of, how can I want to put this in the nicest way possible. It's something within them that they dislike in themselves. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Be nice to people even when you know they don't like you. Be nice to people because that's what God would want you to do. Be nice to people just because that's the right thing to do. Number 9 is to know God for yourself. I grew up in the church. My grandfather is a pastor. I used to always go to church every Sunday. It's very important to read and study and know all that you can about whatever you believe in for yourself versus what you're being taught or what you're hearing. Have your own personal relationship with him. Actually, that was number 9. Number 10 is to share your story. You never know who can help. As I've stated before, I've been through some things that had I not shared my story, girls, you know, anywhere may not be able to get through their situation. I've shared my story numerous times on and off this platform. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But it's important to be open and transparent about what you've gone through so you can help the next, so they potentially won't have to go through the same thing, or to let people know that they're not alone and they too can get through whatever. 11 is self-care is important. If you know me, you know that I get my nails and my toes done on a regular. I always keep my hair done. When I come home from work, I like to light a candle. I like to have a glass of wine. It's so important to have your you time. This year has been a lot, and I think it's especially important for us to take care of our mental, take care of our bodies, take yourself out to eat, have a spa day, chill with friends, like do what you want to do, and you just want to make sure that you take care of yourself. So number 12 is, it's not a race. Your journey is your journey. Like I've said before, don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Your time is your time. You're at where you're supposed to be right now. Everything is aligning and everything will happen in due timing and in God's time. 13 is, do what you want. Do exactly what you want. You have to learn to live your life on your terms. You have a voice. You are important. Make sure that you live a life worth living without limitations, without the opinions of other people, because at the end of the day, you have to be satisfied when you go to sleep at night to know, like, yes, like I feel good, like no one forced me into doing this. You don't want to have any regrets. So make sure that you are doing exactly what you want to do. 14 is, don't be afraid to be different. There's only one you. That goes back to what I said earlier. There's only one you. You know what you can bring to the table. I can bring to the table what someone else can't. Like, someone else can bring to the table what I can't. Show yourself what you're capable of. Like, you never know until you take the risk. You never know what someone else is needing by you being your own individual self. You never know what someone else is looking for that can only be brought out by you. So just keep in mind that there's only one you. 15 is don't go backwards. The past is the past for a reason. That is self-explanatory. We all have doubled back for something that we had left, whether that be a relationship, a friend, like an old friend, and then we end up seeing why that situation didn't work out. Make sure that you are continuously on an onward progression in life. Don't look back. Number 16 is to be grateful and don't take the simple things for granted. And I wrote this down today. It made me think about everything that's happening as far as the pandemic. We take our respiratory system for granted. It's just the small things, like being able to get up in the morning without having a headache. I had the virus, and it was a morning that I literally could not get out of bed because I had like this excruciating pain, this excruciating headache that just would not allow me to move. Like, the other parts of my body felt fine, but it was just me just getting out of the bed and having to, you know, just turn my head or look at something. I was in pain. You really don't realize how blessed you are being healthy, and that's something we need to think a lot more about within the years to come after all this is over, to just be grateful for the little things, because you never know what can happen. So number 17 is to get dressed and show up. Don't get too comfortable. Simple as day, we all have gotten comfortable. I know, especially me. Like, I only put on makeup when I have to. I only get well, let me speak in past tense. I only got dressed up when I had to. I only put on makeup when I had to. But we can't get too comfortable. You never know what opportunity awaits outside of your door, and you always want to be ready. You always want to put your best foot forward and look your best, because when you look good, you feel good. 18 is to dream big and don't underestimate yourself. That too is self-explanatory. Write it down. Try your best to manifest it. Work hard. Do what you got to do to make your dreams come true. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, there are absolutely no limits. Like, set no boundaries, no bars on your life, because the God I serve, baby, is able to do. Okay, y'all know I quote that scripture all the time, but he is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all. So number 19 is, yeah, everything isn't for the internet. I learned the hard way, and I'm still learning not to put everything on the socials. Protect what's yours. I'm not saying to keep it a secret, but definitely don't put everything out where everyone can see and have an opinion on every little thing you do. You want to be able to protect what's important to you. Take it from me. Take it from me. There's so much peace in being able to control what everyone sees. What you choose to show people is what you choose to show people. Like, nothing more, nothing less. Like, you know what I want you to know. So the 20th thing that 2020 taught me was to protect my energy. That goes for anybody, family or not, friend or not, boyfriend or not. Sometimes you have to block like certain energies because it doesn't agree with you or your energy or your vibes. There's conversations that I avoid because it throws my energy off. Protect your energy at all costs. So yeah, I'm done. Those were the 20 things that 2020 taught me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wow, we are really about to hop into the new year, 2021. It's up. I'm so excited about this new journey. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because you see what I want you to see, you know what I want you to know, and I just don't have time for anyone raining on my parade. Let me know in the comments if you have any 2021 resolutions. If this video helped you, leave me a comment, like this video. That's all I got, guys. Happy New Year's Eve, happy New Year's, happy 2021. I will see you guys next year in my next video. Bye, guys.